So today's tutorial is a little bit about my apartment. I decided to make this tutorial because everybody that has been to my apartment has really liked this frame that you can see here. And they don't know that I made it until I tell them. They think I spent a fortune on it because it's actual real fabric. And it has, as you can see, those little buttons on it. So it looks like a pillow, and then it looks like a frame. It's a gold frame. And it kind of goes with the rest of my apartment. Ooh, as you can see, I was ironing the fabric. So like I was saying, I'm going to show you today how to make this out of a frame. Maybe you have a frame, an old frame that you don't use because you don't like the picture in it, or you want to upgrade, or you want to change your style. You can use any type of color, any type of fabric on this if you want to use it on your bedroom, your living room, maybe even your dining room. So I'll show you how to make it step by step. Okay? Well, like I was telling you, you don't need a lot. What I was looking for though, I couldn't find anywhere in antique shops and flea markets. I couldn't find the perfect frame for it. But this is one that I found. And as you can see, it has a little bit of carvings on it. So it was actually white, but I got a spray can gold and I painted it over. And then I went to Joann's today and I found this leftover fabric on sale for 40% off of, you know, the old prints, Victorian style. And I also got some buttons, which are these, to cover them with the fabric to make them look the same. And they're really simple to do. I'll show you in a little bit. And then I also have the cardboard that's behind the frame. I took off the glass, so then that would be the base for the fabric to go on top. And this is actually like a foamy fabric that you use for like quilts and stuff. Ooh, it's not really focusing. But this is probably like $5 a yard, and it was like $2 because it had some kind of percent off. So I only paid like $3 the most. So everything was really cheap, and I have this other material too that I was using before, but it was too white, so it didn't stand out on the walls. So then I have some scissors that I'm gonna need to cut this, and I'm also gonna need some yarn and a needle to put the buttons. So first of all, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna measure and put everything together to be the same size as the cardboard in the back. Yeah, before I continue though, I almost forgot to show you what kind of buttons you should get. They have some metal ones that I prefer not to use because it's kind of complicated to push it in like that, and this one actually has a little cap thing that you already have to push it in, so it stays nice and set. And I like it because then the back of it is also still like very close to the front of it, so when you're pushing it down on the fabric, it looks really, really neat. You don't want it to stick out. And then the name of it, as you can see, you can zoom in the name. I just bought it like at the fabric store. It's really cheap. It's only like $3, and it's cheaper than the metal ones, so I try to save it. So we are going to get started. Like I was telling you, this cushy fabric to use for comforters. Some people use them for other stuff like little benches to cover them up or whatever. I bought a yard. It's not a lot, but I thought that's all I'm going to use, so I'm just going to get a yard. It was only like $3 because it was on sale. So I measured it, but I actually am not going to cut it because I want it to be more full when I put the buttons together. So I'm just going to leave it flat on the cardboard. And then I'm going to set up my fabric, which is this one. It's very vintagey, from like Victorian times. It's very pretty. It's like kind of like a wallpaper fabric. So then I put it over and I set it up to see how much I'm going to need of it. And so this fabric is going to be bent and folded behind the cardboard, and then I'm going to fix that. But for now, we are going to work on the buttons that I showed you I bought. They're plastic nylon ones. So I have this other material that I thought would match the first one, and it's a cream color. It's from Fabric Quarters. They sell it at any Joann's or Michael's store. This one was on sale because it was like a piece left from the roll, so I got it for really cheap. And then this one, of course, is just a little piece, so it's only like $2. And so what you have to do with the little buttons that I showed you, you have to set up the one that you're gonna use on the top of the fabric, like that, under it, doesn't matter. And then you get your little cap and you put it over it, and you push it. So then when you flip it, it's like that. And then you get your scissors and you trim it or cut it all over. You can do this before or after. I just do it when I have it already, so I can see how much I'll need. Just, you know, try to see how much you'll need. So then now you have a little like thing like that. And then now you're gonna put it inside the little capsule. You're gonna stick it all in there, all the leftover fabric, and you're gonna get these, which are the ones that come with it, the back of the button, and you push it in there like that. So then now you have this thing, and now you're gonna get it and flip it around and just push it out, and you end up with a button like this. It's like if you bought a button with the same fabric. And you can use the same fabric, a different color. I chose this one because I thought it matched better. So now I have 3 made. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make them, put them aside, and work on this. Hello again. So now we are done with the buttons that I told you to do. And I am going to now put them on the board. But what we did is that we took it and put safety pins on the back, so that way it's set up when I'm putting the buttons and it won't move around, so then it won't see how right there's a safety pin, and you just fold it over the cushy board. So then I got the needle and I stuck it in the center. I made like a fake line, you know, a T, and I'm gonna put 3 and 3. So I did a cross, like an X. And then now when you turn it over, it's like cushy like that. So then you do that first before you put the button to get it really tight. And then you take the button and you are actually going to put the needle through again. And then you take the button and you put the button on that. So it makes it set down and stick to the material. So then you put the button onto this. Just like that. You can do it a couple of times just to make sure it's set up, you know. You don't want it to be all loose like that. You want to be pressed down. So you just put it in there really tightly. And then you can just do it a couple of times to set it up nice and neat. There you go. It's pretty good. So then you would just flip it over and you can just tie it on the back. There. So now, like I was telling you, I finished the buttons and I sewed them to the back of the spongy thing. But now I did something else. See how it turned out? Put 3 on top and 3 in the middle. I mean the bottom. So then now it looks like that. And when you flip it over, I put the cardboard inside, and then I just pinned it all around with safety pins, because I didn't use a stapler gun because it would have went through, so I just pinned it like that. Very simple. You just stick them in there. So somehow it had to stay, right? So now I put it over the board, the frame, I'm sorry, and then I'm just going to stick it down like that. For that, I need to raise it up because it won't stick until you put it on it. And then you just bend the little pins that it comes with to make sure it's in there, and it stays in there like that. all around until you're finished. Okay, so this is it, guys. This is the frame I just made. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and if you guys have other questions, you can message me, and I will make more tutorials of how I decorate my apartment, not spending so much money. So see how it all turned out very well. It looks very neat. It kind of goes with my chandelier, and it goes with my lamp. So hope you guys liked it. See you next time.